I spoke to Baran Abbasi about the public mood as the war intensified.
We are hearing that over the past few days, it's been the scariest nights of the war since it started. Huge explosions. There are no shelters, especially in Tehran, built for the people to flee. So the euphoria of the early days, especially when former Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was killed, we saw people celebrating on the streets and they were happy. So a lot of it has been replaced by the horror of war at the moment.
And when Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's son Mojtaba was announced as the new supreme leader, what do you think people felt about that?
What we saw when his name was announced was that some people were shouting from their windows, saying death to Mojtaba. But the government was also able to rally his own supporters. People were gathered in main square celebrating his appointment, basically.
Is it possible to know what kind of a leader he will be?
His supporters were trying to project him as a modernizer, someone like Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, someone who is an autocrat but would carry out much needed reform. But those who know him say that it's pure fantasy. He's even more hardline than his father was. Another thing is that the Islamic Republic was against any sort of hereditary succession. And so the IRGC with this media empire is trying to shape the narrative and trying to say that he was chosen based on merit, not actually because he's what people are saying like Nepo-Tollah.
Tell us a bit more about the IRGC. It was set up to confront enemies within and without, from outside Iran.
Ruhollah Khomeini, who was the founder of the revolution, the founder of the Islamic Republic, he created this force to protect the Islamic ruling system. But it grew in power over the years, so it's not a military force anymore. It has deep control over vast swathes of Iran's economy. It has its own naval forces, intelligence office, its own ground forces, air force, and also it has a media empire to shape the narrative.
So almost a state within a state.
Exactly.
And what do you think their strategy is in the conduct of this war?
So they know that they are no military match for the United States. So their strategy seems to be trying to raise the stakes for Donald Trump by widening the scope of the war, by engaging more countries, and also causing the oil prices to rise, to disrupt air travel in the region.
This is a totally unfair question because Donald Trump is so unpredictable, but how do you imagine this all playing out now?
The regime could survive, and if it does so, it would be a wounded beast that would be even more repressive at home, something like North Korea, or even more brutal.
And there are already very, very strong warnings, aren't there, to the Iranian people not to rise up as Donald Trump asked them to, not to take to the streets?
Absolutely. People are getting text messages. Parents are being warned that don't allow your children to take to the streets to disrupt public order, as they put it. Otherwise, they will be considered as collaborators with the enemy. The security forces have the orders to shoot, to kill.
So, Baran, I know you have family and friends in Iran. Are you worried about the future of the country now?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's very heartbreaking because Iran has a lot of potential. It has an educated population. It has the human capital. It has vast natural resources. It has the potential to become a G20 country, basically. And I don't want to lose hope that this won't happen, although the signs are not there at the moment.